a spike on the RWR. Strange PRF.
What's wrong?
Control lost. Can't maintain RPM. We're settling.
Recovered control. Ascending. Hey, Snake. There's something wrong with Eli.
Wait!
Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who? cipher will rewrite the records, and I will vanish from human memory. But the thirst for revenge that I have planted will infest the system. No one can stop it now. Sahalanthropas will unleash that thirst onto the future! Major... I'm burning up!
Boss, get out of there! Out about Sahalanthropas. Skullface will have won. His plans will become reality. He won't even need to use nukes. That thing's mere existence would be enough to enslave humanity to the fear of nuclear Armageddon. It would tear the world apart. After you. You need to stop it, boss. Destroy Sahalanthropas. Boss, stop Sahalanthropas. Destroy that thing. I'll rally Diamond Dogs and provide backup. ahead! I gotta pull out! When you take cover, hide behind something tall. Don't forget he's looking down on you from above.
Let's see Skullface.
There were 3. Where's the other?
Very close to you.
Finish me. Kill me.
Do it yourself. Mission complete, boss.
Kill me. Kill me.
did it! Revenge!
Can't believe I got an A rank. Thought I'd get a like C. Shoot, yours went down. Okay. That's probably all the commentary will be. Okay.
Anyone can give up his fight by laying down arms. But the feeling of holding a gun, that we'll never forget. Like our lost limbs, the sensation lingers.
Here she comes! Here she comes!
Rifles in missing hands. We stand tall on missing legs. We stride forward on the bones of our fallen. Then, and only then, are we alive. This pain is ours, and no one else's. The secret weapon we wield, out of sight. We will be stronger than ever. For our peace. Sahalanthropas will unleash that thirst unto the future. Those were his last words.
Cause?
Pretentious to the end. Still, doesn't feel like this is over. And I'll never be whole again.
Blind in the deepest night, reaching out, grasping for a fleeting memory. All the thoughts keep piercing this broken mind. I fall, but I'm still standing, motionless.
Attention! Diamond Dogs! Even with Skullface dead, our brothers are unavenged. And the phantom pain he brought us lives on. Cypher is still out there. We know they've planted spies, parasites among us. Watch the man to your left, to your right. Nothing. Report everything. It's the only way to protect ourselves. From here on out, you will be my eyes. The deadliest enemy's right here in our midst. And they will get no mercy.
Even with Skullface dead, our pain is still right with us. We need more strength. We need more men. Diamond Dogs needs to be bigger. Missions have come in too. We still have a long road ahead of us.
Reaching out, grasping for a fleeting memory. All the thoughts keep.
Why activate Sahalanthropas in Afghanistan? This is how Skullface wanted things to play out. The Soviet Union secretly develops a new type of nuclear weapon and successfully deploys it in Afghanistan. Revealing the existence of Sahalanthropas results in a return to the glory days of the Cold War. The threat it poses reignites the nuclear arms race between the world's major powers. The demand for nuclear weapons increases around the globe. What if you then introduced a nuclear weapon anyone could get their hands on? Non-nuclear nations, militant groups of all shapes and sizes, they'd all jump at the chance. Sahalanthropas was a marketing tool to sell nukes all around the world. But I think it's safe to say that plan was stamped out before it got up and running. The world's intelligence agencies never did turn up anything conclusive on it. After all, Sahalanthropas vanished before word could spread. Everything that's happened is already a fading memory, never to join the pages of history. Except for Cypher. Cypher won't forget. They'll already be working on something, quietly, beneath the surface. They'll use the pieces of data scraped together from this incident to build their own bipedal weapon. It'll take them a long time to complete it, but for now, the greed sector have found their new life's work. We'll have to be ready too.
Skullface has finally burned out. The world is rid of it. Was he still alive? You could say that. But you could also say...
What's that supposed to mean?
biologically speaking, is hard.
Side effects from the treatment.
No, the primary effect. Keeping a dying host alive as long as possible. That is the whole point. But in the end, he grew too dependent on his children. As if he had any other way to keep on living. He first underwent parasite therapy before the Soviet Union became his home. His body was horribly burned. Fire washed across his thin, young frame. Only through repeated therapies, most of his life.
And then he lost the ability to die.
That is correct. The parasites live on past the host's death. At that stage, there is no way of knowing when the last cell of Skullface's body would die. The only choice was to burn the whole... And I am one to talk. When my life is snuffed out, I expect you to treat my body. And when I burn, I will truly be one with my children. You say there were 3.
According to Skullface.
Skullface had 2. You burned both.
There was an oil fire.
So that just leaves 1. And you tell me Skullface said...
He said it was very close to me.
Very close. One of your comrades. Or someone ordered to kill you. Or he could have been speaking metaphorically.
Metaphorically?
Close to your spirit. Close to your heart. Someone who either loves you or despises you.
The second one makes a long list.
Whichever it is, Skullface implanted someone with the English language strain. Who it is it why? I tell you what Skullface very close to you means. All the infected here have been, even if the vocal cord parasites, they cannot. But if there's a different host among us,
if that were the case,
what about the non-English speakers?
We have plenty of those, but the staff use English as a common language.
But if that someone has not spoken English,
there'd be another outbreak.
The final mating pair of the English strain, Skullface is gone on this, but do you see what with him dead, those parasites are this in-depth think? Does anyone who would target you, specifically?
The ethnic cleanse, they were weapons. And Africa was, as Code Talker said, they're I can't cut them out of your throat to save your life, or just don't talk. That also prevents the infection from spreading. So if the international community were to find out about them, they'd no longer be the threat they were conceived to be. In which case, their targets would be limited to minority groups as a deterrent, or it's hard to imagine Cypher developing something, an obscure corner in any... Skullface said there were only 3... Code Talker. Haven't seen you eat a single thing. Let me guess.
Oh? What makes you...
Well, a long time ago, I knew...
Well, you are correct. I supply them with water, and in return, I receive sugars they produce. It isn't just my skin either. They have replaced many of... It is thanks to them that I live on.
How did you obtain them anyway?
I would like to say as much, but let me take you back. I had hit a dead end. Then I was approached by a foundation. They said they had a sample of an unusual...
Which foundation?
Apparently, they had links to all... I was somewhat ignorant of the ways of the world.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Half in doubt, I visited them. Well, to be precise, his partial remains. The man had died in an
old man?
His flesh had not decomposed. The parasite had infected the tissues. And I became obsessed with studying. Every day was filled with new discoveries. The parasite's biology, but there was only so much I could learn. And so, I am to truly know the...
So, you implant...
Correct. It was quite a gamble. But fortunately, or perhaps through my many years of research, my immune...
Were they that body's own?
Yes. However, there was a separate specimen, that supply, and yet another that could control insects at will through secreting I wanted exposure to them, but my wishes, their records though, provided clues that would you care to your life spent never worrying about.
I think I'll pass. But thanks. This has been helpful. You said that the nuke Skullface was trying to spread around the world were something that could shut them his will.
Quite. After all, he needed a guarantee.
So how can they be stopped?
The criticality trigger. That is, the detonator. Any attempt to dismantle it causes it to melt in seconds. The design ensures that no detonation is possible.
So he had a way to disengage it remotely.
Precise. The clients at that moment. The detonator, the satellite, reports to him if he does not object.
But if it's a risk to...
The detonator, the same is true. If detonation does not occur within a preset time after the lock is disengaged.
Who the hell would buy something with strings?
The client, until the moment they act, most likely, he would have explained the time delay as the detonators needing time to activate. And he only intended to sell to technologically primitive groups in...
Let me guess. He'd claim it was defective and offer a replacement. Shadier?
Skullface shakes your hand like a friend, using the other to control you like a puppet.
Emmerich didn't go with depleted uranium for Sahalanthropas.
He had nukes in mind.
Exactly. It's meant to use its body as the fuel component for a nuclear... Sahalanthropas uses built-in uranium enrichment and extract uranium-235. Those archaea perform the concentration jumps by a factor of... The end result being highly enriched weapons. Sahalanthropas' body itself becomes a... Emmerich says if it were to self-destruct, the nuclear yield would be somewhere... Since you need about 50 kilograms of highly enriched uranium, that would mean Sahalanthropas contains something like 23 tons...
That's not very much.
No, it isn't. That's about what you'd expect to find in him. The point is, it can be transported anywhere, even used, and the international community will never suspect a thing.
I just received word from the R&D team. They finished installing Sahalanthropas.
All right. Don't let any of the staff touch that thing.
Of course. That guy's crush on... Guess he really wants to see his tech stand on it.
That's not gonna happen.
I know it. So you've got no plan?
Damn right.
Boss, I want...
Hear what?
What the hell do you want? But the drive is busted. It's not like it. Even if the metallic archaea could turn it into a nuke, Sahalanthropus just is. It'll draw unwanted attention.
I know.
The weapons development strut sank 2 feet. That's 1 year's drop. We've started on reinforcing the strut, but there's no...
I know that too.
Boss, why keep it?
It's a mark. Us diamond dogs, we don't have a country to... That means we have no past. Now, every one of us threw it all over. Sahalanthropus is a symbol to show that the likes of us brought at least...
A mark in history, so we can't just fit.
It is no practically, but we still need it.
A symbol of what we... I'm glad I sounded you out on Snake. I want to thank you.
I don't need gratitude. I need...
Roger that.